Every single agent loves the highly qualified buyer, and if you're a newer agent in my arena or you're just learning to start and building your sales career, learn to master the art of working with buyers first and find a buyer that you can actually help with a genuine reason rather than spamming your marketplace. There is a lot of ways that you can connect with people other than a price update or find out their home has grown in value. I've done a lot of consumer testing in understanding how people engage with real estate words. Appraisals, nobody knows what that is. You'll be like, is that free? How much does that cost me? Do you understand the process of downsizing and what that person needs to do? Do you feature that content regularly in your socials, your EDMs, in your text message strategy? Do you pipeline the age of your customers? Building costs in Australia have skyrocketed so much. We have less development. People are factoring in that upsizing, but what does it mean for them? What are their transition costs? People care about what's close to them. As an agent, if you learn to have conversations with people sitting in your marketplace every single day, you will transform the way that you connect with people. You will help build a pipeline of better sellers. And every single day, you'll become that attraction agent. We should know all about property. We should know what's going on in the market, and we should know real trends. But if you want to build a world-class brand in whatever arena you're in now, it's all about creating a conversation. Don't ever concentrate on the market, can't change the market. But understanding where your median's sitting, how much it's growing and its values really will change it. What's the price growth for the area and what's your trajectory of growth? A suburb performance report. You talk about the spike in buyer interest or softening in buyer interest. Realestate.com.au and other major property portals have this stat. People are always interested in two facts. If I put my property on the market today, how long would it take to sell? And what would a buyer pay for it? That will never change. Do you have a downsizer's guide? Downsizing is a long journey. It never happens instantly. And sometimes it happens when that perfect home comes to the market. You need to be front of mind with that person when it comes and have been able to support them. Please make sure you never mass message your database with a recent sale, but obviously it has a lot of human interest. The 10-year growth report, a renovation assessment, investor report. These are great text messages to send. They're also phenomenal to ask questions. I always start with either an Easter or quarterly market report, a spring property report, an end of financial year report, the annual property report for suburbs. They are painful to put together, there's no doubt, but if you use Realtair, not so much. Even some of my customers use that Realtair and it's so much easier. It is so powerful. It also gives you an amazing follow-up strategy. Content doesn't bring you a lead. We need to really understand that boosting and running and posting isn't necessarily meaning that content's hitting your marketplace. Now let me explain that really clearly. Posting technically goes to our followers and our organic reach sits around 1 to 2%. So when you put something up on your business page, it doesn't go to all your followers? Yes, doesn't. Does it go to my marketplace? No. Only running an ad empowers you to do that. The easiest way to increase your social media marketing is vendor paid advertising. That doesn't mean that you just have to do social media. It doesn't mean that you just do the property portals. It means you do both. Even property portals know how important social media is. The reason why I love vendor paid advertising is because if you use vendor paid advertising, it's going to triple your brand exposure. It's going to create conversations in your marketplace if the ad is set up correctly. You can data target people. You can filter your pipeline. It's incredible. But you've got to get really comfortable because this becomes a $0 cost strategy for social media. People believe posting is zero. The only other $0 strategy is making sure you use it. The worst thing I've ever seen done is someone not follow up that conversation once someone's shown interest. Probably 97% of the conversations you will have won't be selling their house. Make them feel really comfortable. That's no problem. Great to hear from you. Do you live locally? I'm preparing a few reports for neighbours today. Make them feel really comfortable. Reverse look it up, put it into the Realtair, put it into the follow-up program. You don't need to stand in someone's face now to have a human relationship. While less and less people are taking calls, it doesn't mean that you should be fearful of calling. You should just be conscious that calling needs to be part of your strategy, not your entire strategy. Unless you've qualified that conversation, try not to make them look too spammy, right? And what I'm talking about is CRM integrated system. Here's your annual report. These are really expensive to print. They're incredibly impressive. You can get them done in Realtair. They're incredibly amazing. You can then obviously drop them to the front doorstep. It's a lot easier if you text them digitally or send them email via Realtair. But guys, there's kind of this idea like we have to constantly upskill ourselves in technology. It's never like you're going to do one template and that's magic bullet and then you can just let that go. It's a constant progression of learning how to do things, and it's a constant wave field of constantly updating your system. But be human. Don't just look at sellers, look at conversations.